and a very warm welcome to our live postgraduate information webinar. My name is Amy. I am part of the recruitment team here at the School of Social and Environmental Sustainability here at the Dumfries campus. So today we'll be chatting all about our postgraduate opportunities in environment subject area, and I'm joined today by my colleague Sarwar. We're going to be talking through all of our available environmental programs, as well as answer any questions you may have about campus life, careers, Dumfries accommodation, so much more. So before we start, if you have any questions about studying with us here at the University of Glasgow, please just use the text chat to send them in, and we'll answer them live on the session today. So let's get straight into talking about our exciting environment programs. Sarwar, I'm going to let you introduce yourself and then we'll take it away.
Hello everyone. Welcome to the program. My name is Sarwar. I'm a senior lecturer in environmental science and sustainability. I'm also the program director for the director of the postgraduate program of the school and the director of environmental risk management. I'm really looking forward to your question and interactions if you have. But before that, I will try to give an overview of the environmental program excellent program that we have in the school.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We'll dive straight in. I'll just tell everyone a little bit more about our context here at the Dumfries campus. So the University of Glasgow has 3 campuses in Scotland, 2 in Glasgow and 1 in the beautiful town of Dumfries. So we are located in southwest Scotland, approximately 75 miles from Glasgow, very much on the bus and train lines between Glasgow. So we're really lucky that we're really connected there. We have sustainability at the heart of learning, teaching and research. So we are the School of Social and Environmental Sustainability. Is very much at the heart of everything that we do, and we're really lucky here. We're a really international campus. We have staff and students from across the UK and around the world, typically from more than 40 countries every year. So we are surrounded by what we like to call our living laboratory, which is perfect when you're studying things like environmental subjects. And this very much includes our teaching garden, a picture of which is on your screen just now. And that's right at our back doorstep here on campus. We use that for social events as well as teaching and research. At Dumfries, we have smaller class sizes by design. So we're a really close-knit community. You get to know everyone really well, not just your peers and your classmates, but also your lecturers and your tutors as well. It means you get much more opportunity to get hands-on, practical experience, industry-related experience, as well as that time to really dive deep into those subjects and get a really good handle on what it is that we're learning about. Also about Dumfries, we have a population of around 40,000 in the town of Dumfries itself, with accommodation options throughout. So we have 3 accommodation options, university accommodation options within the town of Dumfries, all various styles if that's what you're looking for. We have one really close to campus, we have somewhere in the town centre, totally up to you. Look around if you would like. We also have our student hub and our postgraduate hub here on campus, as well as our free gym and sports facilities. So our gym, our clubs, our societies, all free here in Dumfries for you in terms of fitness. And it's really important to us that all our students have access to our free gym and sports facilities on our campus. We also have our library here on campus in Dumfries, as well as our library in Glasgow and Gilmore Hill campus, of course. We have our GUDU Student Union, our Glasgow University Dumfries Union, run by students, for students. All the fun stuff you see all year round is all run by them. And I mentioned previously, we have excellent transport links across the UK. So if you want to go north up to Glasgow, Central Belt, Edinburgh direction, absolutely fine. You can also go south, 45 minutes on the train. You're in Carlisle. From there, you can go pretty much anywhere. So we're really, really well connected here in Dumfries. So as a school, we have 4 main subject areas that I just want to touch on really quickly. We have environment, we have sustainable development, we have education, and we have tourism. So of course, today we're here to talk all about environment. So I'm going to pass over to my colleague Sarwar now to tell us a little bit more about the programs and the opportunities we can offer in the environment subject area here at Dumfries campus. Thank you, Sarwar.
Thanks, Amy. Thanks for visiting, taking through us to the living laboratories of Dumfries campus. Today, what I'm going to talk through is the 3 of our top postgraduate program highlighted in the middle of the slide, which is MSc Environmental Risk Management, MSc Ecology and Environmental Monitoring, and on environment, culture, and communication. However, it is important to note that he will be part of the wider family of the students with an environment focus here on campus. We have two undergraduate programs and our master's program, and students who are, taking their studies further through PhD research. So we therefore part of the wider network with the student from across the globe. I think that is something very important as a student, because while doing a master's studies, you also have interactions with the PhD students who is doing some world-changing research, and also the undergraduate program who are aspiring to be a future leader on environmental science and sustainability. And the next slide. Thank you. So I'm going to give an introduction of our team across the environmental, who are doing an environmental research, and our core staff actually teaches across all the postgraduate program. Each have their own specialism, and I will highlight a few of the colleagues for you today. But please try to have a look on their profile, their research, their teaching, and also the other faculties are working within our School of Social and Environmental Sustainability. Very briefly, Dr. John Shee, who is an hydrologist with research interest focus on climate extremes and water hazards, especially flooding and drought, hydrological modeling and forecasting, and hydrometeorological risk assessment with over 80 publications. He has made a significant contribution to the understanding of hydrological risk and impact across the world through his research. Professor Fabrice, he is the head of the school and a global expert on nature-based solution, disaster risk reduction with over 150 publications. Professor Fabrice is recognized internationally for his research in many parts of the world, from Vietnam, from China, Europe, and here in the UK. Dr. Natalie Weldon, who works on ecology and environmental, who leads the ecology and environmental monitoring program, and is an expert on ecology and marine microplastic pollution. She has published widely and influences policy. Recently produced a book on subjects. Natalie's teaching is all about experiential learning and learning by doing, using the wonderful environment around Dumfries campus to develop student skill. Dr. David leads the Environment, Culture, and Communication program. That is the program that I'm going to, provide a brief about this master's program. And he's leading the Authority of Development Eco-Criticism. Communicating environmental issues effectively is a fundamental as we transition to more sustainable future. And Dave's scholarship and research merges scientific and humanity-based approaches. I'm Dr. Sarwar, as already mentioned, that I'm the program director of environmental risk management. My research mainly focus on social ecological system approach and developing, cutting-edge research models, understanding interconnecteds in terms of environmental risk and sustainability challenges across different parts of the world. So our other staff have expertise in ranges of disciplines, sub-disciplines such as ecological restoration, marine ecology, environmental policy, GIS and remote sensing, sustainable land management, environmental pollutions, and each of them are playing a very key role and significant role in sustainability transition, tackling the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Within the School of Social and Environmental Sustainability, you will be learning and engaging with experts in their field. If you would like to know the each of the colleagues of the team members, the staff, research, please visit our school website. Thank you. On the next slide, please. So the first program I'm going to highlight or discuss through is that MSc in Environmental Risk Management. Our all-out program is 12 months for the full time. If you want to do a part time, that's also at a very good options, but that's for the 24 months. In terms of the environmental risk management, it is an interdisciplinary program to provide an in-depth understanding of how risk from natural hazards developed and affect societies globally because of the growing climate change and sustainability challenges. That it is imposing severe risk and threats on our aspiration of sustainable development, and we need more interdisciplinary professionals who can manage the environmental risk systematically. And that's why the program develops conceptual and analytical skill to assess and propose innovative solutions to an increasing number of natural hazards. You will be hearing from not only from the core staff but also from the wide ranges of guest lecturers who are working in governments, international agencies, and from academia. And you will develop a subject-specific knowledge of environmental risk management with a broad application from local to global level. So you will have core courses like Principles of Environmental Risk and Management, which will introduce your theories and principles of risk, vulnerability, resilience, and how you can possibly quantify them and apply across different scale. And then it will also have the research method as a core courses in environmental risk management to provide a different qualitative and quantitative methods so that you can apply once you have completed your program and in your future career. We also have a new course running from this year as a core course, which is highly, practical oriented, and it's about modeling social ecological changes and risk. It's about the data science. It's about the modeling, how you can model the human and natural system, which is actually shapes ultimately the natural hazards, the climate change, and required to manage systematically the environmental risk across different part of the world. And then the risk and resilience of land and water. And then you can also need to have a two optional course plus dissertation and work placement. The optional course is really tailored. That was one of the strength in our school, that you will find the wide ranges of optional courses in all three postgraduate program, so that you can develop your program in addition to the core course according to your aspiration of your career, according to the need, according to the background of your previous work or educational experiences. And then some of them, our students have been really successful. They are working in environmental agency, natural environment research council, NARC in UK, but also working across different part of the world as an university faculties, as an NGO professionals, but some of them also continuing their journey in academia through the doctoral research in other universities. Next slide, please. So I'm going through the master's program on MSc on ecology and environmental monitoring. This is in the world facing a biodiversity crisis driven by climate change and land management decisions. The ecology and environmental monitoring program aims to develop a new generation of experts with the necessary skills to tackle current and future challenges. You will develop vital skills in species identification, taxonomy, ecology, conservation science, and research methods. And our program aligns with international commitment on Convention on Biological Diversity and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, reflecting the urgency of biodiversity conservation at a national, regional, and local level worldwide. The Ecology and Environmental Monitoring Program is immersed in hands-on fieldwork and lab exercise, which is students is highly provided a very positive feedback in terms of the fieldwork and lab exercise, taking advantage of our ideal Dumfries campus location, the living lab that Amy has introduced to us, and access to a delivery of environments such as upland, coastal, rivers system. And on this program, we will be collaborating with experts from research, consultancy, conservation, and regulatory bodies. And you're developing your core competence in taxonomy, identification, and environmental monitoring. Our hands-on approach, developing your career focus field skill, is complemented by research-led courses in ecological theory, plant and animal taxonomy, habitat monitoring, remote sensing, and GIS, and more. Basically, you need to go, take the core courses like a taxonomy and population monitoring, which actually and identification of a key taxonomy group. For example, mosses, invertebrates, reptiles, or amphibians, and their functional morphology. You will also have the ecology, environment, and conservations, which is introduces the fundamentals of principles of theoretical ecology with the practical application of ecological theories in global conservation projects. You also need to take the research methods as in core courses, then two optional courses, which is really can be tailored according to your academic need and your future career, depending on your background. Then in summer, you need to do the dissertation and placement, and students are after the graduations. Some of the example careers, like they're working in NGOs as development professionals, working in fisheries trusts, nationally and internationally. They're working on environmental and ecological consultancies in regulatory bodies and organizations like national SEPA environmental agencies, marine monitoring organizations. They were working as a researchers, environmental data managers, and also and continuing their PhD academic journey as a PhD researcher. So this hands-on ecology and monitoring, environmental monitoring program is highly focusing on biodiversity and ecology in terms of equip you with skills and theories for the sustainable resource management, for tackling the biodiversity crisis and the global biodiversity preservation efforts. Next slide, please. Environment, culture, and communication. Our master's program, which is actually explore the relationships we hold with our wild environment and how these have evolved through time. This interdisciplinary program focusing on emergent field of eco-criticism and the wider environmental humanities, and aims to enable students to understand environmental issues from multiple perspectives. You will develop key knowledge on environmental debates, both from cultural and scientific perspective, and learn to communicate environmental issues using a variety of tools, strategies, and the program is suitable for students for with or without a specialism in, in literary or environmental studies. The School of Social and Environmental Sustainability is one of the UK's foremost pockets of expertise in interdisciplinary environmental teaching and research. So it is providing providing a strong foundations for this program on environment, culture, and communication. And we try to use excellent utilization of locations like around us in around Dumfries and Galloway, like Biosphere Reserve, Forest National Parks, and the artistic, the galleries in terms of teaching environment, culture, and communication. So similar to other program, you need to complete 4 core courses in terms of environmental communications, environmental politics and society, reading the environment, and writing for the environment. Especially environmental communication is concerned with the application of some foundational principles and practice of communications to environmental issues, and investigate and assess the which environmental groups, the scientists, communities, anti-environmental groups, corporations, public officials attempt to deliver effective environmental messages, because it is very timely in terms of the growing need of communications and different communications platforms, environmental communications, the need of interdisciplinary, transdisciplinary research. There's a growing demand of the professionals who can really deal in environmental communications in a very professional ways. We also have the environmental politics and society as part of the core courses for this program, and in which you will critically investigate ideas and theories of environmental politics and their applications and implications for society and environment. And then you also can choose optional courses not related to only environmental communications, but from tourism, social science research methods, so that it helps designing your program according to your need, according to your background, according to your future career. The dissertation and placement, I already mentioned, it's similar to other program in summer between June to August. Either you have to do a dissertation or a placement. So dissertation is with supervised by our teaching team, one of the expert who are working on your field that you are interested in to do dissertation. For the placement, we have different support in terms of career and employability team, the support from the study advisor, program director, and preparing your CV, and also the cover letter and how to approach organizations. And then we also have the collaborations with organizations in terms of the placement. So this is in general the overview from all 3 programs, how we try to deal with the dissertation and work placement. In particular, in environment, culture, and communication program, the graduates are working on environmental journalism, in environmental advertising field, environmental activism in NGOs, governments, creative, artistic, doctoral, research, but also like an eco consultant, conservation, countryside conservation officer, research scientist, but they're also continuing their career as a writer, copy editor, or the web content editor, which is an growing demand in terms of the content designer. If you have any question for each of the program, please approach your program director, especially for environmental risk management. It's me. For ecology and environmental monitoring, Dr. Natalie, and for environment, culture, and communications, it's Dr. Dave. I'm sure they'd be happy to assist you or guide you or possibly answer your queries if you have. Thank you very much. Thanks, Emmy and Anna. I'm happy to take any of the question or answer. A question if you have.
Thank you so much, Sarah. That's fantastic. A great look there at our 3 programs in the environment subject. Just to quickly go over a little bit more about the context of our school, we do have world-changing research, of course, with the University of Glasgow. So at the School of Social and Environmental Sustainability, we are home to a collective of world-leading research networks, and you'll find the Environmental Science and Sustainability Research Network based there as well. So if you want any more information about that, please do just ask. We're more than happy to talk about that and answer any of your questions. Moving on, we also have our student stories. So we have some fantastic stories, blogs, videos from previous students on our programs, and you can find them at the link here. Discover all about our students also via our website www.glasgow.ac.uk/Dumfries. You'll find our student stories just there. Go and find out a little bit more from the people who matter most, our students. They're the ones who can tell you the real deal about living here in Dumfries and on our campus. And finally, of course, we've talked about employability and our careers pages. Just to highlight here, we do have our bespoke careers pages for every single one of our programs. Find out a little bit more about employment opportunities and pathways that you can explore with your degree after graduation. So I'm conscious we have a few questions here that we need to answer, and I would love to get those answers to you guys. So I'm going to invite Sarwar and see what our first question is. Here we go. Well, perfect. We've just been talking about careers. What kind of careers have graduates gone on to do? I mean, there's a huge variety. It totally depends as well on what your kind of passion is, your desired pathway. I would say the benefit of our programs is we do give you that opportunity to engage with industry and an industry that you're passionate about or you want to learn a little bit more about, so you can shape your career that way. But Sarwar, anything to add?
I think you rightly pointed out it's highly diverse. This in terms of the career that our graduates are going through, because it's according to your choice, according to your aspiration, the dream that you have. Because our programs are highly interdisciplinary. So if you see, the most of the program has a core courses that providing a strong base on that specific subject, either on environmental risk, on environment ecology and environmental monitoring, or environmental communication. But then the optional courses are the choices that you can select and choose, and you will not be alone. Your study advisor can help you and guide you to which courses you can choose. And there's a wide ranges of optional courses in all 3 programs, and that actually could define your future career path. Because as I mentioned, our some of the example careers, you can go through some of the student testimony from different programs, but it's quite varied. It's not only restricted to working on governmental agencies or national research centers or NGOs. Students are working in environmental journalism, in copy editing, in content creator, in as a faculty member across different part of the world, working in NGOs. So it's a wide variety in consultancies, in insurance companies. So it is wide ranges of a diverse career the graduates are actually going, and we are happy to develop here, offering with the developing skills and theories and skills and knowledge, so that you can go with this career that you are really dreaming for.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you so much, Sarah. And also to note, we have fantastic employability and career services here at the University of Glasgow, not just in the University of Glasgow as a whole, but also in our college and in our school too. So make sure and check those out. Go to our website and have a little look at what you can find more on employability and careers. Let's see what our next question is. Okay, would you say Dumfries campus is an international campus? I mean, I would definitely say it is. I mean, not just our student body, our student population, but also in terms of our staff population as well. We're a really kind of international bunch from across the world. I mean, I know in some of our classes we have, 10, 11 different nationalities sometimes, depending on where you're in, represented across the class. So it's a really exciting place, I think, to learn and learn from all these different backgrounds and perspectives and different cultures and the different viewpoints that they all bring. And I think that's fantastic opportunity for our students to just really expand their knowledge a little bit more and not just learn about one specific context, but actually the global context and how do we translate those ideas and those theories that we're learning to different spaces. So that's certainly my take. Anyway, over at you, Sarwar.
Yeah, I think because we were discussing about our diversity of our applications across different part of the world, it's not specific to only one region. And then if you look on in terms of the students that were, currently studying, it's highly diverse. It's from, not only within from, UK, but students coming from Mexico, from India, from China, from African countries, from Nigeria, Indonesia, Thailand, and interestingly, is very diverse in each year, right? So maybe the students' background, the international students are changing in every year, which providing a very good hint that our programs at the campus are very international. The staff, importantly, the research that we do are globally world changing because that research, as a research led or research intensive University of Glasgow, it is highly important that we continue that aspiration because you are actually interacting with the research, staff research led or fed by the research to the teaching, and you will be interacting with the staff who are also coming from different background, different cultures, different. They're highly international in terms of diversity.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much, Sarah. I think we've got time for one last question that's been sent in by someone watching just now. So thank you so much. What is the typical class strength? Also, is this course suitable for mid-career professionals? So by class strength, I'm assuming we mean size of cohort. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But usually we're looking at classes between, I would say, 15 and 20. It varies every single year. As I said at the beginning, we have smaller class sizes by design. All of our programs are so industry focused. We want to make sure you have the time and the space to build up those skills and that knowledge with our lecturers. So we keep class sizes smaller by design. So I would say between 15 to 20, could be a little bit more, could be a little bit less. Totally depends on the year. It does change. In terms of the courses being suitable for mid-career professionals, I mean, Sarah, I'll defer to you on this one, but I would say, our programs are here for everyone, and we would be more than happy to talk through your particular circumstance with you or your situation to see if it's the right fit for you. You'd be more than welcome to reach out to our program directors or to myself or through our website, and we could talk through your specific circumstances. But Sarah, I'll let you talk about that one.
Yeah, thanks, Sammy. I just wanted to highlight two, issues. One is that the number of the students, because it's by default, by design, in our school, all the teaching staff in all the programs, either undergraduate, masters, or even PhD research, would like to interact, with the students, and the students also interact with the teaching team very intensively, very interactively all through the courses. Like, especially when you're going for a field work, especially and lab work, or any computer exercise, you get more interactions with them. And our programs are embedded with field work practicals to give a practical experiential learning experience. So it is by default that we want to provide our best, and in terms of interactions, in terms of teaching and also learning from the research, because the 1 year very important for you as a student. In terms of the suitable for the mid-career professional, absolutely, why not? Because our programs is very diverse, to be honest. Because if you are eligible in terms of the entry requirement, we do accept not only different subject background, but also students coming from either they are working, they're fresh graduates, or maybe also they want to continue as a part-time. And in terms of the timetabling, please discuss with your study advisor and program director but also we have that options in terms of you are working at a mid-career professionals. The core courses usually overlaps, or the some of the optional courses you can choose on a same day, so that you can um, invest whole day, and if you're working as a part-time, you can continue your work. That's why we have the wide ranges of optional courses, so it can feed the need of diverse student. So absolutely welcome from mid-career professionals.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Sarwar. Thank you to everyone watching today. I'm afraid that brings us to the end of today's session. Thank you for all of your questions. We really hope you found it useful. This recording will be available here on YouTube. If you want to watch anything back, please do. To find out more about studying at the University of Glasgow, just visit our YouTube channel to view program overview and student videos, vlogs, daily lives, all that kind of stuff is over on our YouTube channel, or our website, glasgow.ac.uk/Dumfries. Thank you again so much for joining our session today. We really hope to welcome you to campus soon, and we'll say bye for now. Bye.
Bye bye.